stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. And usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amara. I make videos about health, mindset, and spirituality. So if these are some of the topics that you like talking about, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos about stepping into your highest self and your highest potential and getting to know yourself better. I'm very, very big on sovereignty in every way, from your finances to your nationality to your health. And so if these are the kind of topics that you are looking to explore more, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to do a video today talking about a little juice fast that I did a couple days ago, like last week, I believe. And I really just wanted to do a little reset because I was having like some acne situations that were going on that were like really sending me over the edge. And I found that whenever I fast, it really brings me back to like a place of like, one, it helps my gut health. It's really, really great for my gut health, but it also is like a mental thing. Like whenever I'm going through like a period of like, I don't know, just poor habits, bad planning, and then just getting obsessed with like eating one food for like forever. Like I've been on and off this like peanut butter thing for months, and I made a video about it like in the summertime. It's October and I'm still going through this like peanut butter phase, but I feel like every time that I fast, I get less and less like attracted to the things that like made me go into the fast. So I wanted to talk about my intentions going into this fast, the challenges that I've had in this fast, things that I'm proud of myself for, and just my overall takeaway. This is not my first time fasting. I've done a few different juice fasts, water fasting, dry fasting even, which is a whole thing in itself. Okay, that's new and different, but I've been doing this for about 2 years and it's been getting pretty good. Or getting better. Okay, I'm getting way better at knowing myself more than anything. But yeah, so let's jump right into the video. So I wanted to talk about first why I even wanted to do a juice fast. For me, it's one of my quickest and easiest ways to like break whatever bad habits that I'm doing. And I like to do it about every quarter, even if it's just for a couple days. My number one reason why I was like really needing to do this was because my acne, honestly, my acne was sending me over the edge. I was breaking out on my forehead and I've been breaking out on my cheeks. For those of you guys who don't know, I've been on a raw vegan diet for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in December. I feel like I've been watching other people's like and that's another thing too. I really want to do these series of like when I do fast and like share it with you guys, share it with the world, because so people can kind of understand and gauge what to expect or what I've expected or what I've experienced, excuse me, so far. So but yeah, I've been watching other people's like little tidbits here and there about how they've healed things as they've gone along. And one person that I really like is Raw Vegan Heroes Shane Sterling. He was talking about, and I like Eli Martyr. He's a fruitarian. Both of them are raw vegan. Eli Martyr from the Free Melon Society, I believe is what his channel is. I'll link them down both below, but they both kind of talked about different phases of their journey. And right now for me, like I said, I'm in year 2 of like, I would say I've been high raw. I haven't been fully raw. Like I'll eat like cashews, which are technically cooked, or there was a period in like the first year where I was eating like a lot of banana chips. And I've noticed like year 2 has been a year, my gut health has gotten better, but my acne is actually going crazy. And so that was like my biggest reason as to why I wanted to fast. I noticed that when I do juice fasting in particular, I haven't done as many long water fasts or dry fasts even. I don't really recommend that you dry fast. I mean, if you feel called, Of course, if you're sick, if you're hurt, of course you're gonna naturally fast. I think that's the natural purpose of fasting, is like to help your body heal without any interruptions of like, food and that kind of effort that it needs to digest the food. I noticed that when I juice fast, my skin gets so clear and so like hydrated, and it feels so good. I just love the results of like fasting skin. So that was one thing that made me really want to do a juice fast. Like I said, it's also, we're going into the fall. We officially had like the fall equinox, so I like to kind of move with the seasons personally. And so yeah, it was about that time. And then also, I don't know what it was, but in the month of August, I had the most painful period of my life. Like I said, I've been doing this holistic like healing journey. One of the things that I thought would get better so far, that has gotten better on my raw vegan journey, health journey, plant-based diet journey, has been my painful periods. I used to have the most painful periods. I used to take like 6 ibuprofens and lay in bed sweating, fighting for my life. Okay, I really, like, I would get moody, I would get like terrible acne, stuff like that. And on this, so far in these 2 years, I will say eating a high fruit hydrating diet has improved my painful periods so much. Still not 100%, but I noticed that when I eat certain foods, one healer that I always kind of fall back on to help guide me like in the right mindset when it comes to what our relationship to food is, biochemistry, stuff like that, is Dr. Robert Morse. I'll link his channel down below too. But he always says like, you're not going to see a lot of results when you're eating nitrogen based foods. So any type of proteins are acidic in nature, and when you're trying to like rehydrate the body, because that's really what the body needs oxygen and hydration. So when you're trying to rehydrate the body and heal it, if you go and you're eating a bunch of like proteins, whether it's all the way on the side of like cooked foods with beans and grains and stuff like that, or even if you're on the more quote unquote raw or alkaline side of life, well, eating peanuts and cashews and almonds and walnuts, like stuff like that, they're a little bit more acidic in nature, some of them, but especially peanuts. I say that to say because like I said, I don't know what it is with me and peanut butter, but I'm trying. I don't know what it is. I have like this thing where like I'll go on this peanut butter kick and I'll eat like a whole jar in a freaking week. So last month I ate so much peanut butter, and I think that was like the #1 reason why my period was so painful. This month I was like, okay, a couple days before my period, I want to see if I can like just mitigate. Like I want to see if I juice fast before my period, if that would help like not make it as painful. And also I didn't eat any peanut butter this month, so I wanted to see how my period would turn out as far as pain and just my overall feeling, my mood, my attitude, my skin, especially too. So that was my second intention. So my first was to see if my acne would get better on this juice fast. Second was my painful periods, and then third, my digestion. I noticed that when I eat a lot of like vegetables, my digestion is just slower versus when I eat fruit, and particularly like berries and apples. When I eat berries and apples, my digestion is great. Like, and that's why I tend to eat like a lot of apples and blackberries, blueberry smoothies, stuff like that. Strawberry smoothies. I've been making like a lot of different cute little bowls. I will actually insert some stuff right here probably to show you guys this beautiful bowl that I made last night. Instead of going out and partying, I literally just decided to chill and be in the house, make a little fruit platter, enjoy my night in. So those are like my 3 biggest intentions. And so let's go ahead and get into the challenges of this fast, because I don't know what is wrong with me, but I had a hard time with this time was like I was not as motivated to juice. In my previous juice fast, like I was so on it, like I was so excited, like I would make all of these different colored juices and combinations and have like my whole fridge, my literal whole fridge just stocked full of like juices ready to go. But this time around, I don't know, like I didn't feel like juicing. So earlier in August, my family and I, we went to this fruit farm, this orchard. They had like an open picking day where you could pick any apples, like I think a full bag worth of apples for free. I think a bag or two. And so we got a ton of apples when we went there. And so I had a bunch of apples that I could juice. And at this point, they had been sitting in my fridge for like a couple weeks. So I was like, okay, this is going to be easy. So I mostly did apple, ginger. I don't even know if I put lemon in it. But yeah, I would say my biggest challenge, one of my biggest challenges was the fact that I just did not feel like juicing, like standing up for, and it only really takes me about 2 hours to do like the whole process, and I'll usually make like 4 32-ounce jars worth of juice in a 2-hour session. So it's not bad, like it's worth your time to like bulk juice, but you also be cautious because you don't want to make too much juice before you're able to like drink it while it's still good. So if you're making like 5 juice that you want to juice for the next 3 days, like that's fine, but I wouldn't probably do more than 3 days. And okay, one thing that I learned about myself in this fast is like I am getting a little bit more either accustomed to juice fasting or healthier. I don't know what it is, but I don't need to drink as much juice as my first juice fast. My first juice fast was in December of 2022, and I did it for I think 21 days. That first one for 21 days, and I would drink like 6 32-ounce jars a day, literally, no exaggeration. And this time I only drank like 1 or 2. I did do a lot of tea, so actually I have tea right here right now. So side note, I've been loving this tea that I've been making. I've been drinking it right here. It's helping me really just with my skin and my mental clarity and also my digestion. This right here is raspberry leaf, spearmint leaf, licorice root, and nettle leaf. So good, and I've been loving it with these little date balls that I've been making. They're so good. I don't know, but yeah, okay, it's been really nice. But this juice fast, I only needed to drink like 1 or 2 maybe 32-ounce jars of juice, and then for the rest of the day, like I would start off my day up until about 1-2 o'clock with just tea. Like, so that's been one thing that I noticed was different this time around, which has been helping. Like it helped my little laziness about not wanting to juice, so I would just make tea. That's one thing that I noticed too. Challenge number 2, the reason why I didn't want to freaking juice was because there was hella earwigs. I don't know, like it's one thing, but I appreciate, so it's a give and take because these apples were organic. They were from a local orchard, so they weren't sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, all those like crazy things that people just are like, they just do weird stuff with. It was really nice to be able to have like real natural apples, but like dealing with real life bugs, it's nasty. I didn't like it. So yeah, that was one thing that I didn't really appreciate this time around. The third challenge that I had was not really setting an intention for how long I wanted to go or what my like results that I really wanted were. I knew that I wanted to like see if my period would get better, but I didn't know like if I wanted to juice like how many days before my period. And my period has kind of been like not as, I mean, it's been my period's always regular, but it's been like a couple days late for the past couple months, and I think it's just because it's been hot outside. So I decided to break my fast on day 2 because I wanted to party. I wanted to go outside and
Oh my God!
just have fun. Like I had a lot of things to do that Friday. Like I've been really big on sovereignty, so I've been learning about you know, just state, I'm from America, but just learning more about your citizenship versus your nationality, stuff like that. We can definitely talk about that in another video. So that morning I went to go get a new passport to reflect my new status as a US national. And that morning though was super chaotic. Like it was a lot of stuff going on with my family, a lot of stuff going on just actually having to go submit that application, driving all the way up to Seattle to do that. I did not prepare enough juice. I didn't drink enough juice throughout the day. And for it to be like, I would say more so emotionally intense, I did not like prepare for that. So because I didn't prepare, I decided, and I knew that I wanted to still go out that night. That morning I literally got up. My family had like this big old like fiasco, and then we went up to Seattle, submitted our passport application, and then we came back home, and then I was babysitting, still not drinking any juice. Then I filmed some videos, not drinking any juice. About like 5 o'clock, my head was like pounding, and I was like, no, like I still want to go out. Like I still wanted to go outside, did not care.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
And I had done my juice fast. At that point, it was like on day 2. So I was like, you know what? Like, I still want to go outside, so I'm just going to break my fast. Like, and so I wish I would have just had more clarity on like how many days. Because normally I tell myself the minimum amount of days that I like to juice fast is about 4. Like at minimum. Really a good 7 days is like what I think is perfect. But 4 days minimum. But this time I was like, no, like, it's okay. Like, not every time you have to go so hard or so long. I was just telling myself all these things that basically I decided to break my fast on day 2, the night of day 2, just because I had the worst headache and I still wanted to be able to go outside and hang out. Okay, so yeah, and I just felt like I wanted to do what I wanted to do and I didn't care. So that's why it turned out like that. And so I kind of regretted it the next day. So I hopped back on and I ended up finishing, I ended up basically restarting from what would have been the 3rd day to making it the 1st day, and then going another 6 full days and then breaking it on the 7th day. I did recover, but I learned in that, like, for myself, you do need to prepare enough juice in advance. And like, I actually have a video that I have not filmed, but I have the full plan on my 52-day juice fast that I did, and then maybe I'll just throw in some insights from my first 21-day juice fast, and then all of that together. I'll make a video on how to properly juice fast or fast in general, the right mindset, tips, tricks, what to expect, budget, stuff like that, for those who might be interested in doing it themselves or are struggling, or maybe you're used to it and you just want someone to be in that experience with you. I will make some more videos on that in the future. But yeah, that was really, really like actually kind of shocking to like know that I normally go really long on my fasts, and then for me to be that like, I don't know, like a leaf in the wind, like, oh no, I just like, but it also was a reflection of me listening to my body and saying like, I don't feel good. And I actually knew, like, if you don't feel good, if you have a headache, one, that's a reflection of your health. If you should never really have headaches, that's a reflection of your gut health, solar plex center, right? But even in that, I knew like when you don't feel good, you drink more juice and you rest. And I didn't do that. I decided to break my fast with food, or to go ahead and consume food, and then go and party. So that was like a really big lesson for myself in that. But yeah. And then also another challenge was, because I didn't set an intention on how long I wanted to go, I was just getting really antsy by day 6. I was like, okay, like I'm over it. Like I just wanted to eat food. I thought that I was gonna go until I started my period, because like I said, my intention was I wanted to see if I could have less painful periods if I fasted going into my period. But because it was late and I didn't really have a clear idea of how long I wanted to go, I was being lazy with my juicing, that I just decided to break it on day 6, because it was day 6, but I decided to break it because I just felt like it was going too long, and so I was over it, and I again gave in to what I wanted to do, which is fine. Like I said, every fast you kind of learn different things about yourself. It is a testament to like how you're able to satisfy like your intention, like were you able to meet your goal. But like I said, probably my biggest mistake was not having a real goal and not having a real solid, clear intention. And so I'm not mad, but this is also to say, if like you're new to fasting and you don't really know what to do, don't be too hard on yourself. But I will say, go set small, reasonable goals for yourself and then prepare. You don't rise to the level or to the height of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if you just have a system to say like, hey, I pick an hour in the morning or 2 hours in the morning, 3 days a week, and I juice for 2 days ahead. You said the hour that you do it, this is how long I want to go for. I would only say go 3 or 4 days at first. Just know how you're going to break your fast. Know the season that you're in. You're going to be juicing different things in the summertime than you are in the fall or the winter time. Like I said, I'll do a whole video if you're wanting to learn more about like the art of fasting, especially with juice, because I wouldn't really call that it's a fast for sure. But let's go ahead and jump into the part where I talk about the things that I am proud of myself for. So I would say I'm really proud of myself because it helped me like think about my health overall. I got back into oil pulling, which is one of my favorite health practices ever, because it helps remineralize your teeth. It helps strengthen your enamel in reverse cavities. People don't think it's real. People don't know if it really works. I'm here to tell you, I have done some work on my teeth. Okay, I've hurt my teeth a little bit, and when I was having a lot of like sensitivities and low-key like cavities, decalcification on my teeth, 100% coconut oil has helped me. Just swishing it around in my mouth for 20 minutes and then spitting it out in the trash, not in the sink, because it will clog your drains. That has been one of my saving graces in fasting in general, just in your overall health. Even if I hadn't fasted, even if I hadn't hurt my teeth, I wish I would have known this like 10, 15, 25 years ago. I wish I would have known this kind of information about how to protect yourself, especially when you're fasting. So I would recommend that you oil pull. And I'll make a video on oil pulling too, because it is something that you need to be a little bit more thoughtful with. You don't just like there's an art to it as well. But yeah, definitely oil pull, spit it out in the trash, make sure you're swishing, don't swallow anything, okay? And then I will say that I'm also proud of myself for getting into my tea era. I don't know why, it just makes me, one, it's more affordable, because sometimes when we're buying a bunch of juice ingredients, this time I didn't have to buy any ingredients, because like I said, I went to an orchard and was able to pick from nature for free, which is nice. So I would definitely recommend that too. If you're looking to fast, figure out ways that you can work with the season that you're in. If you're in the summertime, juice watermelon. It's going to be super detoxifying, great for your liver, and also very affordable. If you're in the fall, apples, go to an orchard, like late summer, early fall, go to an apple orchard, see if you have any free picking of fruit in your area. Definitely get into that, because it'll save you some money, and it's also fun, and it's also a great way to connect with your food in your actual community, the people that you live around. So definitely get into that. So I was proud of myself though for getting into the tea, because that was a little bit more of a freer thing to get into versus like making more and more juice, and maybe I would have ran out of apples. I didn't run out of apples because I have so many apples, literally. But yeah, I'm proud of myself for drinking my teas and just learning more about herbs in general, and how herbs correlate to different organs and tissues and stuff like that. It really, really is so deep. And honestly, it's super special to like really appreciate, like really know how God set the world up to work for us. I don't like to think of God as like a male figure, but just in the sense, like God really did its big one, like with creating the human body and creating earth and all of the things here to support us and work in harmony with us and us to them. Like it's really, really powerful. So getting into my herbal teas have been really nice during this fast as well, because it wasn't just that also counterbalanced sometimes like when I wanted something warm. And so like using ginger too was like a really nice thing. Even inside my apple juice, I could have put more ginger in. I put a lot of ginger in my juices as a warming factor. So if you're like tired of drinking cold juice all the time, definitely would recommend you add ginger to it, so that it's a warming effect from the inside out. And then also ginger in your tea, but just in general, warm tea in general, helped me feel a little bit more balanced instead of just always drinking like cold juice. So definitely proud of that. I'm proud of myself for the bounce back because like I said, I broke my fast because I really, what it was is that I was having a headache, but I still wanted to go outside. I still wanted to, you know, go up to Seattle and hang out with my friends. So I was like almost feeling bad, like, dang, like, did I really just like, and part of my thing was like, oh, I want to be like, just slow down this fall, like chill out, like the weather's getting more rainy, you don't need to go outside. But I wanted to go outside, so I did, and I broke my fast, and I'm proud of myself for jumping back on the very next day. Like, it didn't, you know, really faze me too much. So that was one thing that I was proud of myself for. Oh, I would say another thing is my biggest, like, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the thing that I'm most proud of this fast is the fact that I kept it to myself. I did not tell anybody around me that I was fasting. That's going to be so huge. And this comes to like anything in life. Like when you really care about what you have going on, kind of keep it to yourself until you're at a place where you can really like just share from a place of like embodiment versus like while you're still in it. Sometimes, especially when it comes to fasting, because I don't know about you, where you're from or your culture, your background, but I'm Black, okay? In my family, okay, we're not used to fasting. We don't understand fasting, and nobody really practices it. I remember the first time I heard the word fast, like it was like maybe when I was like in junior high or high school, and I was like online and I heard like people who were Muslim, they were like fasting during the summer. And I was like, fast? Like, are they running? Like, what do you mean fast? Like, I didn't get it. And so that's kind of the level of awareness that I have with some of the people in my life around me right now. Like, they don't understand it. So when you say like, oh, I'm gonna juice fast for like, you know, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 days, I don't know, like they like freak out, like they don't understand. And at this point, like I said, I've done many fasts before, and one of the best things that I can do for myself is just not tell anybody. Like, keep it to yourself. Definitely just enjoy the process while you're in it. Be very reflective with yourself. If you really want to share your thoughts or document or get some type of like creative expression from it, because it's a really intuitive and introspective time for you to fast, and really like you get to become the observer of your thoughts, your behaviors, your emotions. Like when you're really like fasting, and you might have cravings, and you get to be like conscious of like, dang, like why am I craving this particular food? I haven't had that for hella long. Or maybe you're like going through emotional things, and because you're not, you know, always eating your favorite comfort food, you're able to look at yourself a little bit more and be like, okay, normally I would go do this, and this, or I can think of a different way to get through whatever this emotion is. So definitely keep your fasting to yourself. I would say though, like I said, if you're looking to be able to remember and reflect in more of a creative way, definitely if you're thinking about starting your own YouTube journey or documenting through video and stuff like that, 100% get into it. I would definitely recommend that you document and just share your journey, because I love watching people's journey online. So definitely would love to watch your content. Definitely would love to hear your experience down below if you have fasted, like your insights and some of your favorite parts about it, some of your challenges, things like that. But also a journal practice. Being able to put your pencil to paper and taking that time to, you know, write out how you feel about life and about things in general, and about this particular fast and why you're going into it, how you feel, what juices you made that day, or what maybe the way you grounded into nature that day. And just being able to reflect on all of those things will help you feel like you're gaining a sense of clarity without necessarily needing to bond with other people who are not exactly going through it with you. Now, they might be able to understand from a place of empathy if you have people in your life that are like understanding and you guys have a good relationship like that. But if you don't have a lot of people who understand it, it's better to go to your journal first and reflect on like your day in and day out feelings and the things that you're learning about yourself, the journey, like what grocery store you went to get your stuff from, and what juices you planned on making, how much you drank that day, the physical changes that you are experiencing. Maybe you're having a breakout, or maybe your digestion is, you know, getting really becoming better, or maybe it's the fact that you feel really rested, or like you didn't need a lot of sleep, like you just feel like you're on, like you're super electric, stuff like that. are some of the things that I would really recommend when you are fasting, is just keep it to yourself. When you're able to share from a place of being solid within yourself, it'll get easier. Like it won't feel like people are like looking at you, like you'll be way more comfortable with yourself when you are able to just write it in your journal and then just live it. I wouldn't say don't hide the juice or make it a big thing as to why you're not eating, but just, take it day by day. Love the journey that you're in. Set small goals and small fasting durations too, and then so definitely keep your journey to yourself for a little while, just for a little while. And if you find that like people around you are super receptive and they understand, then cool, but definitely just be more reserved. And that's with anything, any goal or passion that you have in life, keep it to yourself. Okay, so I wanted to do my biggest takeaways from this fast. Honestly, I will say that things taste a little different. Like I said in the beginning, I've noticed this on every fast that I've done. Like things always change for me. Like my preferences, my palate kind of changes more and more. The more clean I feel like my body gets, I don't really have the same taste for certain things. Even back earlier, like I would say maybe a year ago, before I did my long juice fast, my 52-day juice fast, like I didn't really crave certain things after like peanut butter as much. And then like it was a few months later where this thing kind of came back up. And so now after this juice fast, even when I was eating peanut butter like a few weeks ago, it doesn't taste the same as what I remember it tasting like years ago. Like when I was a kid, like I think this is like, I don't know if it's a parasite or if it's a bacteria in my gut that just loves peanut butter from like my childhood, but it becomes less and less appealing the more that I eat it. And the more that I see what it does to my skin. Like my skin was just on 1,000, so things become less appealing. I noticed too, chocolate is not as good to me right now. I did not like chocolate growing up. I hated chocolate, and then I went through this phase, like maybe in this past month, of like eating a ton of like chocolate. But now I tried to eat chocolate just the other day, and I just didn't taste like the same. So that's one thing that I've noticed from this small 6-day juice fast. This is probably like I don't know what number juice fast this is, but this is 2 years worth of fasting for me. So, and then also plain cashews kind of taste nasty. I still use cashews like inside of my dressings and my sauces, but eating like handfuls of cashews by themselves, it's kind of nasty. It's kind of sick. So that's one thing that I've noticed too. I learned that I'm a little bit susceptible to peer pressure. Like when or to just wanting to like hang out. Like when I'm 25, like I'm still in a phase of like where I like to go outside and get cute, and I love like a nice vibe. Like I love loud music. I love an ambiance. I just love being out. I'm also a Gemini. I just love everything about being outside. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I'm a Gemini. Balance too. I'm a Taurus moon, so I definitely can appreciate balance in that kind of way. But the fact that I broke my fast because I wanted to eat to have energy, more energy to go party. Okay, so I'm learning things about myself every day. I thought I was kind of past that, but that's okay. So it's whatever. Yeah, also just have fun. Everything that we do, everything that we get to experience in this life is just adding to like a level of knowledge to ourselves. And so don't take anything too serious. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you do, quote unquote, make a mistake, it's really not a mistake. It's just another level of understanding of your own particular growth journey and the things that you need to learn or you get to experience just to know yourself better. Everything is about getting to know yourself better. So have fun. Don't take it too serious. If you want to fast again, like this is not your only opportunity. You can do this again. So that's what I would say to myself in this. Like, it was really a level of like, okay, let's circle back on some of these. Why am I not being able to stand and juice for 2 hours? Like, it's really worth my time. It is beneficial in every way. So breaking through levels of like just deeper understanding for yourself will be hopefully what you experience when you fast, or at least keep that in mind when you are fasting. You are getting to know yourself. There is no end destination. You were right on time. Everything is working out for you perfectly. Yeah, I just wanted to make this video reflecting on my 6 days of juice. I'm most grateful that I got to get to know myself on a deeper level throughout this fast. I think that was my biggest takeaway more than any health breakthrough. My skin did get more clear. My digestion did get better. I broke some of my addictions to like chocolate, peanut butter, cashews, stuff like that a little bit. I still probably will be eating those things in the future, but it's more so that it's not like all of what I do. And then also it's the fact that I learned that I have the wrong priorities sometimes in life. Like, instead of preparing and taking the time to enjoy the preparation so that I can enjoy the the rest of my day is also really insightful. Like, I don't know why I prioritize certain things over other things, especially when I decided to fast before I decided to go out that day. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to see how I handled my dry fast, you can watch this video next. Bye.